Hi, welcome back to Walk, Run, Soar. I hope you can hear me because it's kind of windy this morning. It is day 30, today's Tuesday. We're doing number 39 in the book, Resting in Unforced Rhythms. Our verse is Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. This is from the Message translation. Are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me. Get away with me and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me and you'll learn to live freely and lightly. So she shares, where she shared as before in other devotions, how she loves trail running and considers that her time of rest. And she talks about how people don't really think of running as resting, and especially trail running, because you really gotta focus when you're on the trail. But it's her time that she gets to just talk to God, be with Him, and lean in and hear what He has to say. And I'm just gonna read exactly what she wrote for this next section because I thought it was really good. I have discovered as a 40-year-old mama of 3 active daughters that rest in my daily life looks a little different than I expected. I have shifted my thinking about rest. It's not always about pedicures, weekends away, and sleeping in. I know that by nature I'm a highly motivated, multitasking mama. I have to be intentional to carve out time and give myself permission for what I call soul care. This kind of rest requires saying no to constant striving, mindless scrolling, friend comparison, unbridled fear, and sticky guilt. A real rest for our souls is about running to God for all our needs. It's paying attention to our minds, bodies, and souls. And she talks about something interesting, which I agree with, that the world tells us that we're entitled to self-care. And self-care is important, but what the world calls self-care is often scripted and expensive. Like, the things that she talked about up here, like pedicures, weekends away, things like that. And those things are fine, those things are great, but we shouldn't, rely on those for our complete, soul care, as she likes to call it. It doesn't need to cost a lot of money, but it does require time and requires turning down the noise and entering into God's presence. So the Message version of the verse, and I'm assuming, forgive me because I'm not super great with the word, but I'm pretty sure that Matthew section is the one where he says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light, in a other translation. But she has the Message translation in here. And she likes how it uses the words come, get away, walk with, keep company. And that he desires real rest, not rest that makes you feel like you need a vacation from your vacation when you return home. How many of us have been there? I'm probably going to feel that way after this vacation just because we're doing a lot where, the kids and I run every morning. Then we go, sometimes we'll go ride bikes then down to the little local beach close to where this house is. Our house is on a channel, so we have a boat that we rent in. We're going out and going fishing. There's a lot going on. And so, how many of us need a vacation from a vacation? For sure. So what the rest that God's talking about is rest where we don't feel like that once we're done. So the challenge she poses to you is, where can your heart be still and rest in God? And it's going to be different activities for different people. For her, it's, her running. That's where one of her favorite ways to connect and to rest in Him. So her faith step is, I encourage you to try a new practice. Take a walk at a nearby park. Jog in a different direction than you normally go. Choose a trail run to go in search of His glory. Make your walk or run into a time for noticing, listening, and praying. See what God reveals to you when you work with Him. I'm trying to think of where I feel that rest the most. For what it is for me personally. I do like running, especially running somewhere where I haven't ran before. That's why the kids and I love to run on vacations, because we get to just see new things. I really don't think it's where I find my rest, though. I do feel better after a run, but let's see, where do I find my rest? Probably just going for walks. Our family likes these beach vacations, and if we're actually staying on a beach, I like just going for a walk, sunrise, sunset, and any sunrise or sunset, actually, just getting to witness that. That's probably a good example of where I find that rest and just, you know, enjoying the artistry that God gives us with those things. Those are my favorites. All right, our inspirational quote. During the hard training phase, never be afraid to take a day off. If your legs are feeling unduly stiff and sore, rest. If you are at all sluggish, rest. In fact, if in doubt, rest. That is Bruce Fordyce, South African ultramarathoner. And our training note goes along with that, of course, from Coach Sean. Regularly schedule rest and recovery phases throughout your training schedule for complete physical, mental, and emotional rejuvenation. And I'd go back to that training note a few devotions back where, which I hadn't realized, that if you are doing a workout or a run that you've done previously, your heart rate's higher, it means you're probably overtraining a little bit. Now I think that's an easy way for us to know if that's happening. Like yesterday when I went for a run here in 80 degrees, actually it may have been over 80 degrees, yesterday morning, I did 3 miles with negative splits, and I look at my heart rate and I'm like, it's way higher just because it's warmer. So today I just said I'm going to do 2 miles and I'm going to just stay in my little blue zone on my watch, which meant I ended up walking to keep my heart rate down, which is okay. So I knew that that's what I needed for today because of all the activity that we're doing, plus trying to run the same as I run up in Georgia. It's not going to work. I'm not going to feel very good. So I just took it nice and easy, enjoyed the little loop that we get to stay on here. It makes it really easy to run, nice and flat. So just, there's nothing wrong with rest. There's nothing wrong with walking, nothing wrong with jogging. You just do what your body needs. So hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. One thing I forgot to mention yesterday was that there isn't going to be any double devotions this week. I'm just going to do one a day while we're here because, you know, this is vacation. So, and next week, I think is the last week. So there will be a couple of doubles next week to get us up to day 40. We're almost there, which means it's almost Easter, and I love Easter so much. So I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.